this then in the Google Classroom. In the Google Classroom, you have all the recordings, right? Okay, so now we start recording about this guia número 6, that is about the first conditional. All right, let's start. I'm going to start with any of you. Who wants to start? Scarlett, you, because you were in my class last Friday. What about, Scarlett, the first one that says, if there's a space there between parentheses, you have the verb give. And then it says, you, my email address. And then you have, you send me the details. And then a question mark in the second part. The second part corresponds to the main clause. All right? All right, Scarlett, can you tell me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If I give you my email address, will you send me the details?
Right. Perfect. This is correct. You know what you did, especially in the second part? Will you? No, you will. Will you send? Why? Because at the end, you have a parenthesis. It's a question. All right? Correct. Okay, Tiare, can you do number 2? It says, I, parenthesis, call the police if I, parenthesis, see him again. So what are you going to do here? How are you going to complete this important first conditional sentence?
I will call the police if I see him again.
Exactly, perfectly. Remember? So here, she started with the main clause. Did you notice that? So this is also possible to do it. The first conditional gives you that chance that you can, start with the main clause and finish with the if clause, or start with the if clause and then you finish with the main clause, all right? Okay, and Tiare did it very well because she used the main clause. The main clause, always goes with will. So I will call the police if, remember, if, always in present. So if I see him again, correct. Number 4, what else? Let's see, Kimberly, do you have number 3? No, number 4, number 3. It says not, now you have to put it in negative, yeah?
If you don't have a ticket, you can't get on the subway.
Correct. This is correct because here, what you have, you start now with the if clause. And I in the case of this one, number 3, Kimberly used correctly because she put in the present, if present. If you don't negative. If you don't have a ticket, you can get, you can't get on the subway. Correct. And she correct because you can also use can, or you can use other things also, right? This is correct. Or you want get also, is also possible, but here it's correct. Number 4, Catalina, do you have this guia with you or not? Cata Yendes?
Yes.
Yeah, can you try, Catita, please?
He will might take you to the airport if he have time.
Yeah.
Has time.
Okay, so you say he will take you to the airport. But it says might, Cata, in parentheses, might.
He will might take.
No, he will might nunca, never. No, he will might. You can use Cata, you can use he will, he might, or he can. In this case, you have to use might because I gave it to you. Yo se lo di, might, en paréntesis. Para ver si saben usar el might. Entonces, might, here you say, he might take, nada más. He might take you to the airport if he has time. Okay, Cata? So if for example, if you don't have might, si no tuvieras el might here, only the verb take, you have the other possibilities too. Like he will take you to the airport if he has time. Or he can take you to the airport if he has time. All right?
Okay.
Okay, number 6. What about number 6? Braulio, can you do number 6?
Yeah. If the weather is nice, we can go to the top of the Statue of Liberty.
Correct. This is correct. If the weather is nice, this is the present of the verb be, is nice, we can go to the top of the Statue of Liberty. Correct. Crystal, can you do number 6, please?
If we will out for a meal.
Again, if we, Crystal?
If we will go
Why
out
will,
for
wait. Remember, Crystal, concentrate. When you say if always goes, Crystal, in present, always. Think about this in your mind. If plus present. So here, if we, the main clause is the one that can go in with will or might or can. But the if clause, Crystal, always in present, the first conditional. So here, if we, what do you put there?
Oh, sorry. If we go out for a
Yes,
meal,
yeah. Negative, not have to. Yeah, this is the main
We
clause
won't.
now. Yes, we won't
we won't have to
go.
go for food shopping.
Exactly, that's it. Okay, remember, Crystal, the if clause always in present. And the main clause, you know, the main clause is the one that can be in future, will or might or can, according to the sentence, right? Good. Number 7, let's see number 7. Alberto Arredondo. If the internet, parenthesis, says not work again,
Teacher, I think he doesn't have a microphone.
he doesn't have a microphone? Yeah, but he's, yeah, okay. Alberto, but can you write to me only the key words, please, to know that if you're understanding this? Can you or not? Yeah, okay. I don't know the answer either. Sorry, but okay. All right. So you can do it in the house then. You can practice. If you are listening to me now, at least you can do the exercises in the house. All right. If you have any question, then you can ask me next class, or you can send me something, right? Okay, let's go then with the number 7. Let's ask Juan Rivera. Are you there? Is your microphone okay?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
Can you do the number 7, please? If the internet.
If the internet doesn't work again.
Correct.
I will complain to BTR company.
Yes, that's it. You know, if clause present. Here, negative, internet is singular. That's why Juan, you know, says does not work. Negative, without S present, does not work. Again, I will complain to the VTR company. Number 8, you go to the other sheet. Number 8 says she. I'm going to ask Catalina again, Catalina Allendez. She, parenthesis, says not listen to him if he, parenthesis, not tell the truth. All right?
You won't
Yeah, good. Yes.
to him if he doesn't tell the truth.
Correct, Kata. Good, very good. She won't listen to him if he doesn't tell the truth. All right. Let's go now to the other exercise. It says instructions, fill in the gaps with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. All right? Yeah, we continue with this. Catalina Arce, do you have a microphone?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Kata. Are you following me? Do you know where I am?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Number 1 says, A, if you, parenthesis, not hurry, comma, you, parenthesis, be late. Yeah, start. If you
don't hurry.
Yes.
You will.
Yes. The verb be. All right. So if you don't hurry, you will be late. Correct. Okay, I'm going to answer you, but you complete with the correct thing. Okay, I'm leaving now, comma, I, parenthesis, call, and then if there, parenthesis, be. How do you complete that, Kata Arce? Okay, I am leaving now.
I will call you.
Yeah. If
there.
What is the present of the verb be in this case? If there is a singular because a problem, singular. If there is, all right. If there is a problem, all right. Tiare, can you help me with number 2, Tiare? Tiare, please complete both sentences, letter A and letter B in number 2. Don't worry.
Will get a taxi.
I didn't listen to the first part, Tiare, sorry. Okay.
Don't worry if she missed the last bus. She
If
will get a taxi.
wait, if she miss or if she misses?
She misses.
Misses,
Sorry.
okay. If she misses, yeah, the last bus, she will take a taxi. Okay, and then letter B, Tiare, but look at the time. But look at the time. If she
Doesn't be.
doesn't be, no existe, it doesn't
No.
exist. If she, the verb be, Tiare, the verb to be.
She
No.
doesn't be.
No, the verb
I
to
don't
be,
know.
the verb to be. Do you remember the verb to be? I am, you are, he is, she is, it is. That's the verb to be. When it's present, is, are. Es el presente del verbo be. Is, or are, depending on the subject. So here, what is she?
She doesn't.
No, no, no. The verb to be, the verb to be.
If she isn't.
That's it. That's
home
it.
tonight.
All right. If she isn't home
start.
tonight, comma, I will start. Did you say that? I will start?
Yes.
Okay, correct. That's it. So remember, when you have the verb to be, the verb to be in present in English is, it could be am, is, or are, of course, depending on the subject. If I am, or if she is, if he is, if Alberto is, if Catalina is, if Tiare is, right? That's the verb to be in present. Or if they are. Yes?
Miss, una pregunta que me quedó de la primera.
Yeah.
En
Which
la
one?
letra B, ¿puede ser might call?
Yes. Sí, Scarlett, you're right. Puede ser might o podría ser call, depending on the speaker.
Okay.
Miss, I am Carlos. Where is Carlos? This changed my name automatically. Yeah, okay. So instead of Amparo, you're Carlos. That's what you want to mean? Carlos. So Carlos is, I don't know why he's there. All right. Yeah.
Se tiene puesto como Mr. X, ese es el tema.
Pero es Mr. X, pero no veo ni una X yo aquí, Mr. X, pero veo al Amparo y no sé si está en vez de Amparo o no. Se cambió solo.
No, parece que Amparo es la Amparo.
Ya. ¿Y dónde está el Mr. X aquí? El Mr. X, Mr. Carlos, ¿dónde está? Where is he?
El que está escribiendo es Carlos, pero
dónde está?
en Zoom aparece como Mr.
Quizás,
X.
es que quizás está en otra ventana, ya que como somos tantos los conectados, no están solo en una ventana, sino que sí. A mí me dice 1 de 3, quizás el Carlos está en la tercera.
Ya, ok, puede ser, pero no lo veo yo de todas maneras. Ya sé que está el Carlos para llamarlo, por si acaso. Para pedirle que me haga un... Ok, aprovechando que está Carlos entonces. Ok, Carlos, so you are now here with us. You are going to do then the, let's see, Carlos. You are going to do, let me see, number 3. If you, parentheses, not pass these exams, you, parentheses, not get into university.
Miss?
Yes.
Yeah, you hear me.
Yes,
I was about to
very
ask
well.
you that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't pass these exams, you won't get into university.
Yeah. Okay. Now I could find you, Carlos. You're here. You're close to me. You are between me and Kimber.
Buena.
Okay. Good. All right. So if you don't pass these exams, you won't get into university. Correct. Well, Scarlett, can you finish with this? Well, and letter B, number 3, letter B. Well,
Yes. If I don't get into university, I might go traveling instead.
Yeah, good. I might go traveling instead, or I will go traveling instead, or I can go traveling instead. Correct. Let's go to number 3, instructions. It says here, choose the correct words. Yeah. Kimberly, number 1, what is correct? If I find, then if I'll find your wallet, I'll text you. What is correct?
If I find your wallet, I'll text you.
Yeah, correct. If I find your wallet, I'll text you because she starts, Kimberly starts with the if clause, and I told you that the if clause is always in present. That's why if I find your wallet, I text you, correct. Amparo, number 2. If we don't or won't buy, if it is or it'll be very expensive.
We won't buy it
Yes, if
if it will be very expensive.
What did I tell you about the if, my dear?
If it is.
Yeah, if
very
it is,
expensive.
or if it's very expensive, because you have the if, if clause there, right? You have if.
Yeah.
So when you have if, remember, think about present, okay? That's why if it's very expensive, all right? So if we won't buy it, we won't buy it if it's very expensive, all right. 3, Braulio, number 3, if Monica,
If Monica doesn't, no.
yes, you're right. Because it's the if
Yeah,
clause.
but I know how to continue. Doesn't get
Yes.
here soon, I'll call her mobile.
Yes, correct. So if Monica doesn't, because the if is in present, doesn't get here, I'll call her mobile. All right. Number 4, Crystal. But be careful, Crystal, because it's a question, but the rule is the same. The if clause in present and the main clause in future or might.
Number 4.
Yes?
What do I'll miss the plane tomorrow? Ay, no, parece que perdí una parte. What will you do if you miss the plane tomorrow?
Yeah, that's it. That's correct. That's correct. What will
That's
you
a
do?
little confused, the sentence.
Yeah, it's not confusing. No, it's very clear. The thing is that you have to be very
For
sure.
me, it's confusing.
No, come on, it's not. No, don't think about Spanish maybe for that reason, because you always say, "What will you do?" So that's it's not confusing when you say, "What will you do?" What will you do? Always, what will you do? If, remember, if present immediately. What will you do if, for example, if you, what will you do if you miss the plane tomorrow? What will you do if you miss the planes tomorrow? I will maybe wait for another flight, or I will change my plane tickets. Well, you have lots of things that you can do. 5, number 5. Let's see number 5. Tere, we are or we will be late? If we
will be late
Yes.
if we don't leave soon.
Perfect. We will or will. Remember, you can use the contracted form. Will, the contracted form of will is apostrophe and double L. And we say will be late if we don't, present, don't, if we don't leave soon. Go to the other sheet. Vayan a la otra hojita. Number 6. Número 6. Number 6. If you, Mr. X, Carlos, if you, etc.
Wait.
Number 6. Number 6.
Number 6.
Yes.
If you tell my brother, he'll be very angry.
Yes, correct. If you tell, because the if is in present, if you tell my brother, he will be very angry. Number 7. 7 has if I don't, it says here. There is an O that is, you have to erase there. If you don't, if I don't, right? Only one O, no two O. If I don't, yeah, who can do this? Let's ask Valentina Vallejos, that is with us. Valentina, number 7, can you do exercise 7? If I, remember, only one O,
Yes.
if I don't.
If I don't find a job soon,
Yes.
I will have to sell my house.
Oh, correct, Valentina. Good, very good. Number 8, who can do number 8, babies? Oh, I forgot, you know, when I have all my babies in the classroom. Juan Carlitos, Juan Carlos, I put the Juan Carlos. Juan Rivera. Number 8, please. Can you do number 8, Juan? Number 8.
Uh-huh. Where will go if you move house?
Yeah, where, there is something missing here. Aquí algo le falta. If you, a ver si lo puedes descubrir tú.
No,
I'm not going to tell you. Discover by your own.
I know. No estaba preparado para esto.
Le falta el you. Le falta el you.
Where will you go if you move your house?
Yeah, okay. So where will you go? You is missing. I don't know why, but it doesn't appear. Where will you go? Where will you go? Or where do you? Where will you go? Correct. Where it says, where do you go? That's correct or not?
No.
Where will you go? Yeah, where will you go, you say? If you move house.
Yep.
All right, good. Where will you go if you move, present, if you move house? All right. Let's go on. It says there number 4. Go on practicing. Go on practicing. It's always good, especially for those people who still have some, questions in your minds. Complete the sentences correctly. Okay, now we are going to use as soon as, or when, or maybe other expressions instead of if. Remember, instead of if. So that means that if you use when, or as soon as, or before, or until, you have to keep the same tense as if you had if. So you use present if you have when. When you start with when, here in my mind, I think about present. Or if you have as soon as, present, right? Because it's used instead of if, the position in the sentence, right? All right, let's see what happens here. Tiare, can you start with number 1, please?
As soon as we get home, we will have a bath.
Yes, correct. As soon as we get home, we will have a bath. That's correct, you see? So what she did is she used the present after as soon as, because I told you that instead of as soon as, we can also use other, you see, expressions of words instead of, if. So in this case, we need to keep the same tense, present, and the main clause with future or might or can. When the sun, now we have when instead of if. Catalina Allendez. In number 2, can you do the exercise number 2, please?
When the sun come out again, we will feel much better.
Yeah, good. The only thing, Catalina, that I didn't listen to you very clear. Did you say come or comes?
Come.
Why don't you say comes?
Comes.
Ah, that's it. Comes. Did you notice why, Kata?
Yes.
Notice? Yeah, good. Because we're talking about the sun. And the sun is singular. That's why. Correct, Kata. When the sun comes out again, we will feel much better. All right. Let's see, Scarlett. Can you do number 3, Scarlett?
Yes. And you will get a stomachache unless you eat more slowly.
Correct. You see here we use unless. So that's why Scarlett used the tenses correctly, because the first one is the main clause. You will get a stomachache, not stomachache, stomachache. You will get a stomachache unless if you eat more slowly. Correct. Unless, the idea is if, right? In when you translate, if you maybe eat more slowly, unless you eat more slowly. Carlos Aedo, can you do number 4, please?
Yeah, sure. 4.
Yeah.
I won't change my diet until I see the doctor.
Yeah, correct. You see? So we started here with the main clause, I won't. This is the negative of future. Will, negative, won't. So I won't change my diet until I see the doctor. Until, is the if clause. Until I see the doctor. Instead of if, we're using until. Number 5. Let's do Braulio. Can you do number 5, please?
Yeah. We'll do some warm-up exercises before we do aerobics.
Correct. This is correct. You know, we started again with the main clause. We will. That's future. We will do some warm-up exercise before, instead of if. We're going to use another word, before. Before, present, before. We do aerobics. All right. The last exercise for you is number 5, that says that you can work with someone to complete these situations, or you can do it alone. You want to go somewhere this weekend. Think about the situation. You want to go somewhere this weekend. It says sunny or raining. All right. If it is sunny, for example, if it is sunny, well, this is something that you can tell me. So this is, maybe you can give me the answer that you are thinking in this moment. For example, if it is an oral checkup and I say, well, baby, you want to go somewhere. And complete this situation. If it is sunny, so what are you going to say? Crystal, for example. If it is sunny,
we will go to the beach.
Yeah, okay. What are you going to say, Scarlett? If it is sunny?
We will go to the park.
Yeah, good. Tiare, if it is sunny?
I will go to the beach.
Yeah, or we will go to the beach. Kimberly, if you use not will, if you can use other, like a probabilities. If it is sunny?
We might go to the park.
Yeah, you see, correct. She used it correctly. We might go to the park, or we might go to the countryside, because in this case, the speaker is not very sure, right? But it's correct. All the ideas you have given me in this moment are correct. What about number 2? Number 2 says you have won a big prize. Parenthesis, it's a trip, you know, a trip for 2, or it could be money. All right. If we win the trip for 2, you and another person, yeah, what will you do in that case? Braulio, if we win the trip for 2?
We might stay at home because we are still on quarantine.
Yeah, but don't think that we are in quarantine, okay? Think about that we are in maybe
We'll
in good
travel
in freedom.
around the world.
That's what we want. So para que tiremos buenas vibras. Good. I mean, right.
So,
all right. If we win the trip for 2?
We'll travel around the world.
Yeah, okay. We will probably go around the world. All right. Amparo, let me see if we have another situation for you. Yes, we have. Go to the other sheet, please. The last one. Number 3. Your friend is going to have a baby, Amparo, and you want to buy a present. Boy or a girl? Well, if it is a boy, what will you buy? If it is a boy,
I will buy a bicycle.
Yeah, okay, maybe I would buy, but if it is a baby, right? A boy.
A small bicycle.
Okay, maybe like a toy, como un juguete, like a toy, right? All right,
Yeah.
I will buy him a toy, or I will buy him, maybe it could be a nice toy for him, you know, maybe to start practicing with his eyes, for example, right? Okay, all right. If it is a girl, no, Alberto is not here. Catalina Arce, if it is a baby girl or a girl, what will you buy as a present? If it is a girl.
If it is a girl, I will buy a little dress.
Yeah, okay, a very beautiful, you know, I mean, dress, or a very cute, you know, I mean, dress for this baby. Okay, that there are beautiful dresses for babies, especially when they are like, you know, 2 months or 3 months, a year old, right? Okay, so this is, you know, the famous first conditional in English that we have in Unit 6B, and these are important for our last test, right? Because we are going to have it there, and also maybe in our speaking. For example, Crystal, if I ask you in the speaking, what will you do, for example, Crystal, what will you do if there is a terrible storm? What will you do? That you can even go out. What will you do if there is a terrible storm? Remember, when we have a storm, the storm means a lot of wind, right? And a lot of rain. What will you do if there is a terrible storm in our city?
If there is a terrible storm in our city, like the past Saturday,
Hmm? What will you
I might
Good.
enter to my house and buy some stuff to eat. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I might enter, you say? Enter?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Or I might stay. I think it's much.
Stay. I mean,
I
stay.
might stay. Okay, enter it means that you are maybe out and then you enter. So I might stay home, right? Okay, I might stay home with my family. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the idea. And Catalina, and what will you do if there is a terrible flood in the city? You cannot even cross the streets because the streets are completely flooded. What will you do if there is a terrible flood in the city? Flood, remember flood, when the street or when the city is covered with water because of the downpour, because of the rain, the heavy rain. What will you do? What will you do if the city is completely flooded? Cata? What will you do in that case, Catalina? If the city is completely flooded? Is Catalina here or not? Cata, are you here with us or not? Or did you go somewhere? Or is your microphone? Yeah.
Miss,
yes,
no
sorry.
sé qué onda mi internet.
Okay, don't worry, take it easy. Yeah,
Se me salió todo hasta la llamada.
Maybe because of the weather, because you moved. Now you were up and now you're down here on the screen, but don't worry. What will you do, Catalina, if there is a terrible flood in your city or if the city is flooded? What will you do in that case? And you have to go to, maybe you're working in a school and you have to go to school anyway. What will you do in that case, in that situation? What will you do if there is a terrible flood in the city?
I will take a bus.
All right. Yeah, but also buses sometimes don't, run when there is a terrible flood.
I will take an airplane.
Okay, baby. Or I will ask someone, for help. I will ask someone to cross the street with me. Or I will ask maybe someone that has a boat. Did you remember that many years ago, maybe you were a baby, many years ago, I remember the first time I was working, there was a terrible flood in Viña. Estero Marga Marga, was full. So all the streets in Viña, absolutely all were flooded. And I was working in that time in Liceo Niñas. And I couldn't get to the Liceo de Niñas because it was horrible. It was very dangerous to cross the streets. In the water, for example, I was on a bus in that moment, and I was in 4th North, and the bus couldn't stop. He continued because he couldn't open the doors. If the driver opened the doors, you see, of the bus, all the water, maybe entered, you see, the buses, and maybe the water was up to here. So it was up to your neck, imagine. So it was very dangerous. So the driver tried to continue, maybe where we could, let's say, get off the bus. At the end, we could do it, but I had to stay there for hours in that street, for hours and hours to wait, I mean, that the meters, it was about more than 1 meter of water started, diminishing. And then I had to return home because the schools couldn't, open the main entrances because everything was flooded. And some teachers were on the roofs of the school waiting. Could you imagine? That was the situation in those times. So it was very dangerous. Okay, this is when the city, gets absolutely flooded. Okay, so this is the end of the unit number 6, baby. This is the guia, right, that you can study. Now we are going to check something that I had pending, and then I start with the unit number 6E, because the other ones, C and D, corresponds to Mr. Núñez, right? And here, let's see, well, you have some phrasal verbs in unit 6B that you have to remember. For example, the phrasal verb to give up. What is the meaning of to give up? Maybe I think that we had checked these phrasal verbs before, but maybe you don't remember. What is to give up? Do you remember to give up?
Surrender.
Yeah. Can you give me an example?
The work was too hard, so I gave up doing it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, to give up is, so the idea is to stop, doing something. This is the idea of to give up, to stop doing something. For example, I can say that my best friend gave up, for example, his studies because he, he didn't have enough money, right? So he gave up means he stopped studying at the university. That's to give up, to stop doing something. Or when you say, my best friend decided to stop, to give up smoking, the idea is to stop, smoking. That's to give up. Stop doing something, give up, right? And what else? Here we have the other one that we have in the unit, I checked them all, is to tidy up. Well, to tidy up, everybody knows what to tidy up is, to put the things in order, right? To tidy up. What else? To take up. To take up is when you start, for example, an activity. To take, or to start also, right? What is the other one we have here? To bring down, to reduce. When you bring down, reduce. You reduce, for example, reduce the level of inflation. We can use to bring down. To eat up means, here it appears to eat up means to eat all the food. That's to eat up, that you have been given, right? That's to eat up. To grow up, well, means to raise someone, to raise, right? To grow up, to raise. To cut down, well, we check that. To cut down is when people say, for example, if you cut down on fatty food, you will lose weight. You cut down means the idea is similar to stop, when you stop, right? If you cut down on fatty food, but it's cut down, right? Cut down also has the meaning of if you stop consuming something, like if you cut down on fatty food, you will lose weight. Or if I use give up in a sentence like here, if you give up your bad habits, for example, you will live longer, right? Like, for example, bad habits like people who smoke a lot, for example. Well, if you give up those habits, of course that you will live longer. So I am using the first conditional here, right? Okay, what else do I have to check here? I think, well, you take up, remember, take up is when we start doing something. For example, you can take up what? You can take up a sport, or an outdoor activity. Now that we are here in the house, we can take up a new sport. Maybe you can use some of these, or you can use internet to look for different kinds of activities. To take up, right? So to start doing something here. Well, then we are going to check. These are the ones. Remember that you have it in the unit. To cut down on, reduce. Cut out means remove, give up, stop, take up, to start. As I told you, sport or a hobby, right? This is the idea of these phrasal verbs that we have here. Then in the unit, please go to E. Letter 6E, this is mine, right? That corresponds to me. It says 6E and the title is a staff meeting. That's the name of the unit, a staff meeting. but this is writing because it says it's about a formal letter, right? Okay, so what do we have here? It says go to that page, please. This is page 77, all right? A formal letter. The employees, you know, at a small company, Harwick Health Solutions, have written to the owner. Well, this is the letter. We're going to read it quickly, and we're going to find out what the purpose of this letter is. And then we can choose, what the correct option is according to, you see, what the purpose of the letter is. And the letter, this is a formal one, so this is correct. Maybe he doesn't, the letter doesn't have some things that we consider important sometimes, but we have at least the most important facts, right? Okay, it says, dear Mrs. Harwick, comma. Always when you put the name, you always use dear, right? Because it's a woman, because it says Mrs., right? Dear Mrs., period, tiene un puntito, Mrs. Harwick, comma. This is the formal way we do it. And here it says that, please pay attention to this if you have it with you. I'm going to read it very fast for you. We are writing to express our concern at the plan to close the staff restaurant at the end of this month. Period. This is the, the introduction. First paragraph. In our view, comma, or in our point of view, that's another possibility. In our view, this action will have serious consequences for all the staff. If there is no on-site restaurant, employees will have to travel to the nearest town at lunchtime. This could lead to time management and punctuality issues. Next paragraph. In addition, comma, it is important for working people to eat a healthy meal at lunchtime. If the restaurant closes, this will result in many people eating snacks and sandwiches. This kind of food is not nutritious, and therefore staff health and productivity could suffer. All right. Then, currently, the staff are not allowed to eat at their workstations. How will the closure of the restaurant affect this policy? Will there be plans for a kitchen or food area? We request a meeting to discuss these issues at your earliest convenience. P.J. Firth, it says staff representative. Yeah, so there's someone that is representing the staff of this restaurant, and this is the person that is writing to Mrs. Harwick. Okay, so you could notice what the problem here is, right? What is this? What is the purpose of this letter? Well, did you understand, or do you have problems with some vocabulary? I'm going to check some vocabularies that maybe some people don't know, right? Because this is typical of sometimes of the US when it says there is no in the, you have the introductory, of the letter, the two first lines, and then we have the first paragraph when it says in our view. In the second line that says if there is no on-site restaurant. Do you know this on-site restaurant? On-site, what is the meaning on? Because the idea is on-site restaurants. Any idea about this vocabulary on-site? What is the meaning of this?
Is on the company, inside the facilities?
Yeah, so when we talk about on-site restaurant, it means at the same place, at the same company, as Catalina, I think is Valentina told me this, right? On-site means at the site, at the same place. It means, in this case, at the same company, where the company is, a restaurant, right? The staff restaurant. So if there is no on-site, means at the site, that on-site, at the place, at the site means place. Restaurant, employees will have to travel to the nearest town at lunchtime. Yeah, and this could lead to time management and punctuality issues. Yeah, so this could be because if you have to go to a nearest place for lunch, for example, it means that you're going to spend time. So if you have 1 hour for having lunch, for example, maybe you're not going to have 1 hour, you're going to have less because you need time to go to the nearest town, for example, for lunch. And also it can affect punctuality. Maybe instead of going back and be at the restaurant at 4, maybe you can be at 4:15 or 4:20. That means that can affect punctuality in the time that you have to be back. So this is something not very good. And what else? It says here the other words I think are not difficult. Division clauses, yeah, this will result in people eating snacks and sandwiches. Yeah, this is another problem, you know, because this can result that people can start eating snacks and sandwiches, and this is not good because, as you know, this is not nutritious. So if people will eat these kind of sandwiches, they will suffer from maybe, for example, certain diseases like gaining weight or having obesity, etc. Right? Currently, well, currently is an adverb in English that is commonly used. Currently means now, at present, right? It's an adverb, right? The staff are not allowed to eat at their workstations. Well, you know workstations. This is the office desks. That's workstations. So, for example, if I work in maybe in the university, I cannot eat at my workstation. That means at my small office where I have my desk, and I have to use my desk for having lunch. So they are not in this case. They cannot do this, right? They are not allowed to have lunch in their workstations, right? This is the desk, the office desk, the places where they work. Okay, so and then there is another thing that is important. When the guy says at the end, we request a meeting to discuss these issues at your earliest convenience. Yeah, earliest convenience is, you know, is a phrase that we always use, right? That the idea means when it suits you. That's the meaning. When it suits you. In other words, cuando usted pueda, cuando usted lo estime pertinente. That's the meaning of at your earliest convenience. This is typical in letters, this expression, when it suits you. Okay, according to this,
Miss?
Yes?
What does closure mean?
Closure is when you, in this case, it refers to the, for example, when the guides are deciding to stop, for example, working here in the restaurant. So if the closure is the noun, es un sustantivo de close, closure. El cierre, closure.
Oh,
Yeah.
permanently.
Yes, that's the meaning of closure, right? Is the noun. How will the closure of the restaurant affect this policy? You know, closure is when they have decided that they are not going to continue, you know, maybe giving the services to people and working as a company. So they decide to close. And the noun is, you know, I mean, closure or closing also. That's the idea. El cierre, closing. Okay, yeah, baby. So what is the meaning here? Let's start thinking about this. What do you think? What is the purpose of this letter? What is its purpose? Because they are writing, you know, they are concerned about the staff restaurant. Yes?
To convince to the other person to not close the restaurant?
Yeah, but if you have three options, choose one of the options: to accept a proposal, to make a proposal, to object a proposal, because this is, they are, you know, writing because they want to express their concern at the plan. At the plan. The plan is like the project. Plan is a project, plan. To close, this is the idea, to close the staff restaurant, you know, at the end of this month. Yeah. What is the purpose?
Proposal.
Yeah, this is the proposal to close the staff restaurant at the end of the month. But what is its purpose? You have it in number 1, Crystal. 2 alternatives, 3 alternatives, not 2, 3. A, to accept a proposal. B, to make a proposal. C, to object a proposal. What do you think?
To make?
I don't think so. What about the rest of the people? Help Crystal, please.
Object.
Object, Scarlett, yeah. Okay. What do you think object, Scarlett? Can you support your statement, please, or your answer?
Yes. Well, I guess it's the boss who wants to close the restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's a plan. It's an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea.
So
okay.
you can reject an idea.
Yeah, so we can reject, you see? So exactly, we can disapprove also, right? So this is the idea. We can object, we can refuse, synonyms. We can refuse, we can object, right? Or they disapprove also. You can also say they disapprove this proposal. All right, good. Now, in number 2, we have, it says here, if you see number 2, answer the questions about each paragraph. Paragraph 1, yeah, what is the proposal? Well, we know what the proposal is. Catalina, what is the proposal? The proposal is to? Catita, what is the proposal, Allendes? What is the proposal here?
To refuse to close the staff restaurant.
Yeah, so the proposal is to close the staff restaurant. Good, is to close. Good, the staff restaurant. All right. Number 2, it says here, second paragraph, what consequences of this plan are mentioned? What are the consequences that are mentioned here? Braulio, what are the consequences? In the second paragraph, they are given.
Employees will have to travel to the nearest town at lunchtime.
Yeah, okay. The consequences are that the employees will have to travel, for lunch. So, could lose time and be late for work. All right. 3, let's see. Tiare, can you think about number 3? Number 3 says, what additional consequences of the plan are mentioned in paragraph 3? Like very concrete, what are the consequences? Very concrete. What they could suffer.
People will eat unhealthy.
Yeah, good. And what other things? What other things could suffer apart from the employee, as you say, health? Good. And that's something that all the managers they are always worried about this, managers of companies. Who can help get it apart from this, apart from
Punctuality?
Yes, productivity, good. Productivity, correct. So we have employee health and productivity could suffer. 4, it says here, 4, what questions does the writer, in paragraph 4, what questions does the writer have? What does the writer, it says, what questions does the writer have in paragraph 4? Maybe you see what questions does the writer have? Yeah, okay. Get it?
How will the closure of the restaurant affect this policy?
Paragraph 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, what else? There is another question here. It says, will there be plans for a kitchen? You see also, will there be plans for a kitchen or food area? So maybe the idea is that if they will, for example, build a kitchen or a food area. So this is the other question. So they have 2 questions here. In number 5, in the paragraph 5, which is the last one, what does the writer want to happen next?
A meeting to discuss these issues.
Okay, good. So, a meeting, you say a meeting, yeah, he wants to meet or he wants to have a meeting with the owner. Good. To talk about these issues. All right. Or he wants to meet, with the owner in order to discuss or to talk about, you know, these issues. All right, good. Here we have in the writing skills, you know, it says explaining consequences. It says find the words, these words in the letter. They link causes and consequences. For each word, underline the cause and circle the consequence in the letter. For example, in number 1, lead to paragraph 2. Paragraph 2, it starts with in our view. It starts with that. Can you, for example, let's say, underline the cause and circle the consequence? For example, I can see it's very clear here in the second paragraph, you know, the cause and also the consequence. The cause, if you underline the cause, can you find some of the causes here? It's very clear, the cause. What is the cause? What will happen with the employees, for example?
They might have not a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, but in the second paragraph, Vale, in the second paragraph, in our view, this action will have serious consequences for the staff. If there is no on-site, yeah.
They might have problems with the punctuality.
Yeah, okay. So maybe, wait a minute. The cause is we have to, what do we have to do? Underline. Yeah. The cause, the first one is, the punctuality is a consequence. The cause is, for example, when the guy says the employees will have to travel to the nearest town at lunchtime. And what is the consequence? I mean, this is the cause. And what is the consequence of this? The consequence is that this could lead to time management and punctuality issues. That is the consequence, right? So we have, remember, first cause, that employees will have to travel, and the consequence is, you know, management, in other words, you know, time management and punctuality issues. Okay, if you can find result in paragraph 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, in addition, it starts with in addition, it is important for working, till could suffer. Yeah, this is paragraph 3. We're going to look for result here. Any result? In paragraph 3.
Many people eating snacks and sandwiches.
Okay, many people eating snacks and sandwiches, right? And also result, it could be staff health and productivity could suffer, right? And in number 3, therefore, in paragraph 3, so it's like maybe we are concluding, therefore, paragraph 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, sorry, paragraph 3 again, therefore, so here we have, therefore, staff health and productivity could suffer. That could be the best result, therefore, because it says, therefore, will health and productivity could suffer, right? The other ones are result, that people, as you know, Tiare said, many people eating, you know, snack and sandwiches. All right. Finally, no more exercises here. It says, complete the sentences with these words. Sometimes more than one option is possible. Yeah, this is according to, let's say to the letter here. And this has to do with the vocabulary. And also, you know, with some connectors like therefore, or result in, you know, means, lead to. We have to use these words here, or thus. Consequently, thus, or so. Remember that these can be used. I mean, not only thus when you come to a conclusion, or so, or consequently are also possible to be used. We're going to work together. Vamos a hacerlo juntos. So we have to complete with consequently, lead to, means, result in, so, alone, solito, therefore, and thus. Okay, it says in number 1. Yeah, are you ready? We object strongly to this proposal. We will not be able to support it. Yeah. So they say, this is what they say. They are not, you see, they disagree with this proposal. They object, they reject, you know, strongly to this proposal. Yeah, what are you going to put here?
Therefore.
Yeah, therefore, good. Therefore, we will not be able to support it. Okay, good. 2, we welcome to the new staff kitchen. This will in more people eating a hot meal. Yeah, so we welcome the new staff kitchen. This will
Lead to?
Sorry, this will?
Lead to?
Lead to more people eating in a hot meal. Yeah, and there's another one that is better. Hay una mejor que esa. This will result. Yeah, this will result in more people eating a hot meal. Good. The menu prices have gone up, have increased. That's to go up. The menu prices have gone up, period. Fewer people will continue to eat in the cafeteria. O sea, si esto está así, tiene un resultado, porque dice, if the menu prices, for example, have gone up, fewer people will continue to eat in the cafeteria. So, what are you going to use here?
So.
¿Ya? La resultante de algo, como conclusión de algo, conclusion.
Consequently.
¿Mm? What can you use apart from that? The menu prices have gone up.
Consequently?
No, I don't think so.
Means?
Means fewer people? Means fewer people. No, porque no puedes poner el means ahí, te faltaría algo, te faltaría como un sujeto para poner el means. Porque va con una S, tercera persona. Está con una tricky. What I would put here, lo que yo colocaría es como resultado, thus, fewer people, o sea, por lo tanto, thus, fewer people will continue to eat in the cafeteria. A new takeout place in this area. Ahora sí, Scarlett, por ejemplo, a new takeout place in this area means we will have more choice. Ahí sí, porque está como sujeto, el sujeto es a new takeout place, singular, in this area, means we will have more choice. Ahí sí. Means. Ahí estaría correctísimo. A new takeout place in this area means, significa que we will have more choice. 5. You know takeout. Takeout place. What is a takeout place, Scarlett? Takeout place?
In English?
Yes.
A spot where you can take your food ready?
Yeah, and you can take it. Yeah, okay. Okay, Alberto. Scarlett, yeah, this is, you say, spot that you can buy food and then you take it home. That's your idea, Scarlett?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. This is the idea in general, right? This is a place, you know, where you can buy food and then you take it home. All right, the food that is ready and you take it home. That's a takeout place. Okay, 3. We suggest changing the menu since this could more customers coming. Yeah, aquí podría ser bien lo que dijo antes Carlos. We suggest changing the menu since this could lead to more customers coming in. Or la otra posibilidad podría ser since this could result in, se puede repetir, result in more customers coming or lead to more customers coming in. Tiene el sentido y tiene la lógica. We reduced our prices and increase the number of customers. Yeah, we reduced. Esto es lo que hicimos. We reduced our prices. And, ¿qué pasó? ¿Cuál fue el resultado? We reduced our prices and...
Consequently.
Yeah, consequently increased the number of customers. ¿Qué otra opción pueden usar apart from consequently?
Therefore.
Yeah,
Therefore.
Ok, thus también, acuérdense que el thus y el therefore son amigos, son hermanitos los dos. Thus or therefore, you know, increased the number of customers. Ustedes ya están estudiando writing, ¿no es cierto? ¿Ahora o no? En este semestre writing, ¿están o no? Parece que es la profe Candy, creo, que hace writing.
Sí.
Ya, ella tiene que enseñar todo esto, porque es parte del writing. Me imagino que lo están viendo algo así. Ya dice, number 4, prepare a letter of supporting or objecting to one of these proposals. Yeah, you are going to write a letter for tomorrow. And what are you going to do? You have two options. Supporting one of these proposals that you have here or objecting one of these proposals. For example, what are the proposals? Your college is going to close the student cafeteria. What is their proposal? A late night takeout restaurant is going to open on your street. Takeout restaurant, remember, we said that this is a place where, you know, are consumed off with double F means that you don't consume there, right? Not in the premises. Premises es un local también, para que aprenda más vocabulario. Premises, that's the way you write it. Premises. This means a place, un local, un sitio, right? Your employer is going to ban food and drink in the workplace. La otra propuesta, the other proposal, your college or workplace is going to install vending machines with healthy snacks only. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to choose only one, not all of them, only one proposal, and you can support the proposal. The idea is you agree, support, or you can object the proposal, right? So you have two options, right? In your letter, in number 5, you have the instructions. You write your letter, follow the structures of the paragraphs in the exercise 2. Use questions to check your letter. The style, well, when you write a letter, this is something important to tell you. When we write a letter, a formal letter, we have to use formal language. And remember, when we use language, formal language in a formal letter, we never use constructions because constructions are considered informal. Formal letters don't accept constructions. For example, I cannot put I'll. No, I have to say I will. I cannot say hasn't, I have to has not. So full forms when we use formal letters. Okay, this is something important to keep in mind because they are very important. Also about the greetings when it's when it's formal, we always use dear and the name of the person when it's formal, right? Closings, when we talk about formal languages, for example, in this case, since we know the name of the person, we always write yours sincerely, and we always put the comma, and then the name of the person that is writing, okay? This is something that is used in formal letters, okay? So remember, abbreviations never. The position of the address and date, right? This is something that you have to know also. Date, right? Address and date. What else do we have to keep in mind here? Well, anyway, I'm going to give you important information. Let me see how we are. I'm going to just show you something. Yeah, just in case if I have my pen right, let me see. Wait a minute, wait a second. Ya se me desapareció el pen drive. Desaparecen así como llegan, desaparecen. Well, I'm going to send you then later. Lo voy a subir, babies, en un ratito más. Aquí tengo el pendrive. Wait a minute. Le voy a subir este material para que vean. There's something important. I'm going to share the screen. Es un poquito compartir. Wait a minute. Okay, here it is. It has to do with letters. Algo por ahí. No, es cover letter. Cover. Wait. Formative. All this is all the material that I have used this only this semester in material, but the one that I have written. Musical. I did it last night. Used to write in an email. I can't find it now. That's typical. I cannot find it, but I know, I'm pretty sure that I have it here. I don't like this way it is presented. Well, but anyway, the idea is to help you with the idea of the things that are important to keep in mind when we write, a formal letter. So I'm going to upload it immediately after I finish with this for you to write your letter, keeping in mind, especially the layout of a formal letter, right? Cover letter, I have the cover letter. This is for first year, cover letter. Cambridge. Answer. Well, I cannot find it. I want to look it again. I want to look for it again because I don't know where it is. I know that I have it, but I don't know where it is now. Babies, I'm going to upload it this immediately. I'm going to look for it. And so you're going to start doing your homework. Okay. You can do the homework and we can check tomorrow. Remember the style. You have to write the purpose of the letter in a very clear way. You have to write in a very clear way also the action that you're recommending, right? For one of these, proposals that you are going to write, okay? So this is going to be for tomorrow, okay? And then, well, next class, maybe, well, tomorrow we're going to see the letter. So everybody has to bring the letter tomorrow because I have to check it. And we're going to start the last unit maybe tomorrow if we have time. And we're going to do it, I guess. And there's another thing is that after I finish with this, what I'm going to do, babies, is maybe on Friday or on Monday, I'm going to send you another guia where I'm going to include all the units that we are going to check in the last grammar, use of English, and vocabulary test. Okay, so that includes unit 4, 5, and 6, right? 4, 5, and 6. This is going to be a important guia for me. I'm going to prepare it and I'm going to send it to you. And you are going to start, doing it. And there we're going to see what are the weaknesses that you have, right? So in that part, we can check, again, these weaknesses. The idea is that you succeed in this last test. The grammar use of English test, okay? This is what I'm going to do. Any question now, baby? Do you have any question, please?
I have a question.
Yes. ¿Quién es la Catita? Ah, la María. Vale, Vallejo.
About the calendar, I know that Mr. Nunez reviewed it in the last class, but I wasn't there. Are you going to upload it to the classroom?
Yeah, I guess Ricardo did it. I don't know if he did it. Maybe he did it. I'm going to ask him because I have a meeting with him now. I mean, I have 2 meetings today. We have to work with for the accreditation process, and then we have a meeting with the English staff.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him if he did it, but maybe you can have a look at the you saw at the platform where we are in Google platform, I guess, Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, check it in case that he did it. Maybe he did it. Anyway, I'm going to insist because I also asked him last night because we did it together last night, and he was, you know, checking the things, and I asked him to send it to me, but I checked the email and he didn't send it to me. So I'm going to insist on that in case that
Okay, thanks.
people get, right? Okay, any other question? No? Okay, so thank you very much. It was a pleasure to see you, most of you again. So remember, tomorrow I have a class, and my class is for early birds, not for night owls, for early birds, because it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I usually wake up at 5:30 or 5:45 to be ready for you at 8, because I have to do some things here in the house before starting my class, right? Okay, so see you tomorrow very early, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care, baby.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Bye. See
Hasta la
you.
próxima.
Yep.